Hey, what's going on? It's Rick, and today I'm going to be showing you the Speck DuraFolio. This is designed for your iPad Air or the iPad Mini or iPad Mini with Retina display. If you buy this case from Speck, it's going to run you about $69.99. I picked mine up from my local Target, and it was $10 cheaper at $59.99. This color apparently is exclusive to Target, but they have a whole bunch of different colors that you can pick up for this case. And here's the box that it comes in. Only comes with the case. They say it is meeting or exceeding military standards for drop protection, which I believe is 6 feet, if I recall correctly. I'm not going to go drop testing these guys, but just for the sake of calling that out, that's what we're talking about. Now, weight-wise, we do want to address that because when you're talking about a iPad Air, you're talking about size, you're talking about weight, and I've got my scale here. It is zeroed out. I will show you rather quickly here. Nothing inside. Let me pop this on the scale. We're talking about 286 grams on the iPad Air version of this case, so it is a little heavy. When we pop on the mini version, 181 grams. So it's also going to add a little bit of weight to your device. Now, the way that this works, let me go ahead and pop this open, and you can see there's a couple of different materials here, a kind of microfiber, you get a polycarbonate shell, there's some plastic molding here built in. Pop those buttons in first, and then just pop the corners in, and that's all there is to this particular case. I'm going to do the same thing here for the Air, and then I'm going to demo it on the Mini, and then I'll just show you the Air version up close as well. Again, at the price point of $59.99, or if you buy it directly from Speck for the $69.99, it is kind of in the premium price range, so it is a little bit more expensive. But that's something to kind of note. Here is the front of the case. I like the design here because it's kind of this non-slippery, yet it doesn't attract fingerprints, it doesn't attract dust sort of material. So it looks cool, it feels good in the hand, it's not slippery. There's your Speck branding. Reminiscent of the candy shell cases, although there's a break here so that you can fold it without splintering off the material over time. This side is all covered up. I will call this out. All of these versions of this case, I looked at my Target, they all dip down in this area. I think that's the way these cases were molded. And you're going to see when I open this up, that's a point that I would like to call out. Along the bottom here, you can see what that looks like. There's your spine. And then up along the top, that's what we're talking about as well. Here is the back side. I like this color. This color is exclusive to Target, although they have a whole bunch of different colors available as well. Mic, camera, it does use sleep and awake just fine. This isn't gonna kind of move around on you, so it holds its position quite well. Folding this back into book mode, that's what it's going to look like. Here's that area I was talking about. It's really subtle, although you can see it bowing out just a little bit here, and that's true of all the cases that I looked at my local Target here. Would have liked to have seen that done better, especially given the price point here. Opening this up, you're going to notice you're all enclosed except for this smidgen of a hint here where you can see the back of your iPad. And then right here and here, this is kind of a tacky material that holds this place quite well. And then also right here, you've got a magnet that's going to hold this closed when you need it closed. Now you get a couple of stands with this one. From here to here where my fingers are, there's kind of a standoff here, and this is going to fit into any of these grooves that you see on this case here, and it holds its position really, really well. So you're not going to have to worry about this falling out of place when you're looking at these different positions here. So I like that. Using this in a typing mode, you fold this in. Conveniently enough, you get to show off the Speck branding, and now you have a typing angle there, and if you want to flip it up like this, you also get a viewing angle. It's a really nice case. I just wish for the price point they would have done something about this area here to make that maybe a little bit more form-fitting. That's the iPad mini version. Let me go ahead and show you this particular version just real quickly up close. So here is the iPad Air version, and this is what this guy's going to look like. Again, this is black, and it's got kind of this tomato or slightly red version to it. A lot of different colors available, and everything lines up just as it's supposed to, as you saw on the mini version. It's a little bit more obvious here that this bows out. You may or may not be able to see it as I kind of go and move this around. So again, that's the only point that I really wish they would have improved upon, is to make that a little bit better. But otherwise, everything works just as well as it does on the mini version. So you can hit all of these stands. It's not going to fall out of position. It works just fine. You can tuck it in like this, and you're going to get your typing angle, and you're also going to get your viewing angle. So it's just the bigger brother version of this case. If you got an iPad Air, it is going to add a lot more weight to it, and it feels more like an iPad than an iPad Air with this particular case on. I find that the mini version is a lot more acceptable to me, but overall, this case is still impressive, if a little bit expensive, and I would have liked to have seen that molding area improved upon. I'm still going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, as always, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, you can hit me up on Twitter for the fastest response, and that's @metagamers. Take care, everybody, and have fun.